friends. Harvey Michaels here. Welcome back to our wild ride with Danshui President Plunge Spear Bloom, a story that had me on the edge of my seat while writing it. I'm excited to share a taste with you today. If you're new here, go ahead and tap that like button and subscribe. You won't want to miss what's coming next. All right, let's jump in.
Chapter 8. Not ASAP, now. Second helicopter. Paul hangs up with Colonel Shen and has a puzzled expression, figuring out a detail of what he was just told. Here's the deal, he says to Coco and Ah-hua. You go out in body bags. You will be officially deceased. They will take you out of the body bags once the helicopter is in the air. They will give you new identities after enough plastic surgery that your faces are not recognizable. Both of them talk at once and he stops them. Please, let me finish. These plastic surgeons are the best in Taiwan. They will talk it over with you about what work they will do. You will have choices. Paul takes a second to breathe and slide his clenched teeth to a new position and braces himself to say more with the broken jaw. You will both be in the same facility, like a safe house. Relax. As of now, you are protected. You will not be in trouble with the law. But the higher-ups need to control this story going forward. Please believe me, I am your friend now. Coco and Ah-hua look at each other, conflicted over all the questions they want to ask. Then they both nod at Paul. He holds the phone up. I just heard how this will go down, as arranged by top police in Taiwan. We will use the military to keep you safe and keep everything secret. Coco, many people saw you on Friday at the hotel banquet and around Taipei earlier. The picture we present of you dead will be blurred. Also, we will make your skin look white in the picture, same as with the makeup you wore at the hotel when people saw you with white skin. I really believe both of you are almost home free now. Ah-hua's forehead clenches in exhaustion and concern, watching the medics finish dressing Coco's bloodied fists and elbows. It's getting noisy. The RPMs on the medevac helicopter outside are rising, ready to leave. They have body bags opened, ready for father and daughter to climb in and play dead. Medics are making to lower Ah-hua on his gurney. I hope we see you someday, Paul. Paul grimaces and sucks in air as he lifts his hand to squeeze the other man's forearm. Me too, Ah-hua. And, Ah-hua, Paul comes closer. The duct tape around your neck? Not a bad look. Paul laughs through his nose and winces, releasing the man called Turtle Skipper no more. Ah-hua clenches his teeth. Same for the tough guy thing with your teeth there, Superman. Come on, Daddy-o. Coco waves a farewell hand up at Paul. She is otherwise down in her bag, ready to be zipped in. With her multi-streaked face and her hair caked with drying blood, she looks gruesome. A short-haired female extra for a zombie movie, only the radiant smile out of place. The two men exchange a last glance, lifting their chins at each other. Then Ah-hua reclines flat in his body bag on the gurney. Helicopter over Yangming-san. After a warmish day and much cooler evening, masses of evaporated vapor risen off soaked ground and vegetation became bands and then banks of fog, first in the heights, swelling and creeping lower by the hour. At the same time, warmer, wet air from traces of Typhoon Noru lingers offshore, meeting cooler land temperatures, forming coastal fog. Both fog sources are closing up around Sanzhi As fog goes, it's not as dense as Taiwan high mountain fog, blocking vision for anything beyond a few meters, but the helicopter pilots must use instruments to land and take off. On a fogless patch of road parked at a viewpoint space halfway up the steady slope of Yangmingshan, a lucky photographer prepared to film anticipated images of the fog zooms in and videos an unexpected drama. One large red medevac helicopter is hovering, waiting, framed by swirls of pure white fog when another identical chopper rises as if from underwater, illuminated partially by remnants of cloud-engulfed sunset from the side, but mostly from above by a 94% waxing full moon. The hovering chopper scoots backward to make more space for the first one to leave. The red behemoth tilts as it reverses, appearing to bow for the helicopter leaving with Sanbao and Dee. That overjoyed photographer then captures the second helicopter disappearing down into the fog bank as the first one screams, speeding over the recording man's head. Helicopters land. 2 facilities in Taipei each receive one of the choppers. The first lands at Taipei Veterans General Hospital in Beitou District. It is the closest major hospital over the mountain from Sanzhi and the only one with a heliport. The second helicopter, with no medical emergencies aboard, lands next to the Tri-City General Hospital in Nehu, which includes the National Defense Medical Center. 2 passengers get off with no gurneys. Wearing baggy uniforms and large camouflage veiled hats, father and daughter are escorted inside. On the Veterans Hospital roof, Sanbao breathes easier, seeing a swarm of doctors attend to Dee first. Sanbao was in and out of consciousness during the short helicopter flight, but he was aware enough to see the phone-linked medics swiftly working the equipment in the helicopter to resuscitate Dee's heart with defibrillator paddles 2 times at the beginning and the end of the flight. Within a minute of landing, Dee is rushed away to the roof elevator, surrounded by doctors talking among themselves and into cell phones. After the doctors and patients clear off the Veterans Hospital roof, the first helicopter fires its engines and goes back after their last casualty, Paul Hu. Wang Sanbao, sir, the intravenous drip in your arm delivered the initial dose of medicine. We are pleased to report you are reacting positively. Your vital signs have improved, but they have instructed us to bring you to a private room in the intensive care unit. Your wife is on her way here. Thank you. Make sure my friend is taken care of with everything you've got. Only then does Sanbao notice his pendant bracelet has somehow endured. He almost chokes, reading again his favorite words, always your pearl. Medics and doctors already gave Dee 2 units of blood. His vital signs are not doing well. His midsection is purple-colored, swelling with internal bleeding. His blood pressure is dangerously low and his heartbeat is irregular. 10 minutes after arriving, he is about to have emergency surgery. The overseeing surgeon already told his staff to prepare to let the patient have access to all the blood bank stores he needs, which will be considerable. I want his chest cracked open right away. Put in 2 shunts to drain internal bleeding, now. After the 7 layers of duct tape Coco wrapped Dee in are cut off, revealing another fresh bullet wound on his left side, the rest of Dee's clothes are cut all the way off. Doctors have no time to speculate how much the thick wraps of duct tape blunted the bullet's force, or why a blood-caked handgun was in his pocket. They swiftly prep him for surgery. Equipment is wheeled in, stacked, arranged just so in a swift but organized clatter. Cardio? Are you ready with the pacemaker unit? The lead surgeon asks. Right beside you, doctor. The cardiologist's surgical tools are on a tray next to him, and the unit to be installed is in the middle of the tray. Colonel Sun called for absolute highest priority treatment and insisted they install a pacemaker with a defibrillator at the beginning of the surgery at Wang Sanbao's expense. Cardio, you may begin. The left shoulder area is yours until you say otherwise. He speaks as he operates. Yes, sir, team leader. We can wait until later to install the pulse generator under the patient's collarbone. We'll secure this unit and stand out of the way. He makes an incision in Dee's neck to work 2 wires down the carotid artery into the heart. Then he feeds the wire down and calls for the readied portable X-ray machine. Assisting doctors anticipate any tools he needs or is finished with. They moved with coordinated grace and precision. Ready for X-ray, the cardiosurgeon pauses, waiting for the X-ray to guide him to the exact locations inside Dee's heart. The team leader, also head surgeon, ignores the cardio pacemaker installation. He continues to review the assignments of other various doctors in the room as the portable X-ray machine is positioned and multiple picture X-ray views are recorded for several seconds only, adjusting the depth of focus so they can get an idea of the path the bullet took through Dee's chest. Then the X-ray focuses on Dee's heart, and the cardiologist hurries the first wire down to attach it to Dee's right ventricle, the lower chamber of his heart. With no hesitation, the doctor attaches the second wire to his right atrium, the upper chamber of his heart. Clear! Pacemaker installed! The cardiologist says loudly, obviously pleased. Usually it takes 1 or 2 hours to install a pacemaker, but he has accomplished it in under 2 minutes. It must be a Guinness World Record, someone says quietly inside the operating room. The 3rd unit of blood is running out. Make sure we have more, a louder voice says. As they roll the X-ray machine away, they play recorded images on a digital whiteboard screen on the wall in the operating room. The lead vascular surgeon quickly huddles with his team at the same time the smaller anesthesiology team meets behind the anesthesiologist, adjusting the drug flow going into Dee's body. The cardio team is intensely discussing under what contingencies he and his team would have to intervene again. Incisions for 2 blood drainage shunts are swiftly made, and blood flows from Dee's side even as they saw his chest open. Blood pressure's falling. His heart's stopped, one doctor reports. Then, it's back on. Heartbeat is restored. The defibrillator did its work, did its job. Awesome! An oscillating saw cuts through Dee's sternum in less than half a minute, even as his heart again stopped and restarted. Retractors attached to the sides of Dee's sternum pull his chest apart. A nicked artery sprays blood upward out of his chest cavity. That's a good sign. Blood pressure's rising, the team leader says. The chest-cracking team takes their tools outside to make room for the vein mechanics, as they are nicknamed. Vascular, show us your stuff. Their lead vascular surgeon glues small wounds, lacerations he sees, with special temporary surgical glue. He announces as he goes back to his team, who watch him work on a computer screen. They will follow more carefully and methodically with microsutures, ultra-thin threads to sew up the veins, arteries, and flesh. After general comments about so much damage and what a mess Dee's chest is, he gets specific. Collapsed left lung, 1 small slice at least on the right subclavian artery. No wonder he bled so much. But no cuts on the trunk artery, thank God. No one says the obvious, that Dee would be dead already if anything worse was sliced or smashed when he was shot. Heart stopped again. The reporting doctor watched the monitors, looks up at the ceiling briefly. He looks back at the screen with confidence for another jump-started heart. Paddles did it again. All right. Dee remains in surgery 8 hours after that, getting sewn up after checking and rechecking the bullet's path. Dee's new pacemaker restarted his heart 12 times during surgery. His blood oxygen levels were too low after the surgery, and he sustained so many traumas, the doctors put him into a temporary light medical coma. They apologized to Dee's wife for not first getting her permission and told her to talk to Colonel Shen if she wanted to complain. Colonel Shen claimed he was family and loudly insisted the surgery begin. Now! Not ASAP, now! Security is dialed up especially high at the Taipei Veterans General Hospital, where Wang Sanbao and Dee are being treated. In Neihu, at the National Defense Medical Center, they are operating under normal security protocol. However, Saturday night, inside the National Defense Medical Center morgue, a shared facility with the Tri-Service General Hospital, security is unofficially extra alert, guarded with a crew of Colonel Shen's trusted soldiers in civilian clothes. Normal night shift morgue staff was reassigned temporary typhoon assistance at 2 hospitals outside of town to the south. They were told to report for duty there for the next 2 working days, Sunday and Monday. The ranking military officer of the hospital, an elderly colonel, came to the morgue himself to give the 2 on duty their temporary assignments and told them he would stay at the counter himself in the morgue until replacement personnel arrive. It was 10 o'clock at night, past the hours of mortuary services. The colonel was privately told 2 of those killed in Sanzhi were coming in, and police feared a security risk. After 10 minutes, once the morgue staff left the building, Colonel Shen's men relieved that colonel, to the colonel's great relief. Meanwhile, 2 corpses in 2 different Taipei morgues held 30 days unidentified, a Jane Doe and a John Doe, are about to be moved into the military hospital morgue in a roundabout, surreptitious way. The bodies were cleared to be released to a funeral home whose unmarked van arrived to pick up the unclaimed bodies one at a time at the 2 different morgues, showing paperwork which all would disappear. Sadly, no one would even notice. Once the funeral home van has both bodies, it drives across town and parks next to a laundry service truck in the 4th basement level of an underground separated parking facility under the National Defense Medical Center. 2 soldiers in civilian clothes patrolling the access points use line to text, "All clear, the garage is empty." 2 others, posing as construction workers, acknowledge the message. They block the entrance to the garage and take their time sweeping up broken glass from a just overturned box of bottles. The last 2 soldiers emerge from the funeral van and take out the body bags on gurneys. They extend a ramp from the back of the laundry truck and pull out a tall canvas laundry basket, partially filled with cleaned sheets and uniforms, onto the ramp. After lowering the truck ramp to the parking lot road level, they unceremoniously toss the body bags from the gurneys into the large laundry basket. They cover the body bags with more clean laundry so the large basket is 3/4 filled, and then switch the motor to raise the ramp back up. As the ramp raises, one of them puts the gurneys back into the funeral home van and closes the back door. They struggle some to push the tall, awkward laundry basket back into the truck. Finally, they put on white coats everyone wears in the Tri-Service General Hospital laundry department and hop in the front seats. The laundry truck winds its way up and out from the isolated hospital fourth floor basement parking area and drives less than 100 meters. The driver backs the truck up to an open loading dock. The driver and his helper show paperwork to a loading dock attendant. Another hospital-garbed soldier with a brand new security badge walks over to help with the laundry basket. The three of them push the basket to the service elevator. Inside the elevator, one of them pushes the button for the correct basement floor where there are several departments, including the morgue. The three men appear bored, just doing their job, carting down more laundry. Soldiers in civilian clothes, wearing more newly made security badges, more of Colonel Sen's men, wave their basket-pushing, white-coated platoon cohorts into the morgue cooler room. Once inside, they do it the fast way, dumping the tall laundry basket over onto the morgue floor, always kept meticulously clean. Conveniently, the two black body bags spill out the farthest. One of the three men rights the laundry cart and quickly tosses laundry back into it, while the other two pick up the body bags, wrestle them onto morgue slide-out gurney drawers, and put the readied identification stickers and hanging tags on them. They are now officially the bodies of Coco and Ah-hua, Deng Yiting and Deng Hualio, the turtle skipper. Last, they slide the gurney drawers into the morgue refrigerator wall and push the large basket of laundry back to the elevator, back to the truck, back to the laundry processing facility to be washed and pressed again.
And that's a wrap for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What stood out to you? If you're enjoying the journey, please share with a friend. It means the world to me. Want to hold the whole Danshui President Plunge adventure in your hand? It's waiting for you on Amazon. And if you do, please leave a quick review. Until next time, take care. I'll be right here ready for the next chapter. See you then.